Jesus said, "Take this bread and eat of it, for this is my body, which was broken for you." Top of the morning to you. When we consider communion with the mind of love and firm determination to get to know God better, we see in God's Word how Jesus wanted us to practice communion as a way to remember Him. It is very easy for us as humans to forget what God has done for us. Take, for example, the Israelites, who saw some great wonders and signs from the Lord during their exodus from Egypt. In Deuteronomy 6, God talking to Israel in verse 12, "Beware lest you forget the Lord who brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage." God knows we are weak and very forgetful. So Jesus in Luke 22:19 and 20 took a loaf of bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Verse 20, in like manner Jesus took the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you." Matthew 26:28, for the forgiveness of sins. Paul, who was not at the Last Supper, was taught by the Lord how important communion is. 1 Corinthians 11:23 through 32, he goes into great detail of what happened after Christ broke the bread and took the cup. Verse 24, "Do this to call me affectionately to remembrance." Paul explained the meaning behind the communion in verse 26. Every time you eat this bread, drink this cup, you are representing, signifying, and proclaiming the fact of the Lord's death until He comes again. He even warns us to take this act seriously in verses 27 through 32. "Whoever eats this bread and drinks this cup of the Lord in an unworthy way will be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. Therefore, thoroughly examine yourself before eating and drinking, for if anyone does so without recognizing it's Christ's body, he gets sentenced." Verse 30, it's called the sin of careless participation, and it brings a sentence of weakness, sickness, and even death. Verse 32, "When we fall short, we are judged by the Lord and then chastened and disciplined." John 6:35, Jesus said, "I am the bread of life." 6:51, "Anyone that eats this bread shall live." A word of encouragement: communion's not just a religious act that we do out of habit. It's a serious privilege the Lord has given us, and is to be treated with awe and respect out of the fear of the Lord. Not only do we do this to remember Jesus and what He's done for us, when done with respect, it's a way to show how much we love Him and a chance to thank Him for His gift to us. Have a great day.